Hey, welcome to Life with Colonel Lee. Today we're going to take a look at a tent from TenPlay. So the company's called TenPlay. They have they have a big variety of tents for you. I chose they're calling this a two-person. It's a canvas tent. So it's not going to be super tall. Probably not one that I can stand up walking in, but probably that I could hunch over in and, get into my cot or something like that. But I think it's going to be a really cool tent. It has a stove jack in it. It's going to be a nice winter tent. All right, so here's the bag here. So it weighs just a little over 19 pounds and not that big a pack size. Very nice. So I never set this up yet, and you'll get to set it up with me today. Let's get it set up. All right, I brought along my own tarp from home here. I really don't know a whole lot about this tent. I don't know if it has a tent floor, a removable tent floor, I'm not sure. I like the material of the bag. It's definitely a canvas material. So we got one bundle here. That's probably gonna be the tent body, I bet. That looks like probably a floor. So I'm thinking maybe you're gonna be able to set this up without a floor or put a floor in it. So that'll be nice. And these two little pieces, these are your two bishop pieces from your chest set. I'm just kidding. This is a rubberized, this is for your tarp, your poles for the tips. It has to do with lightning. I'm going to show you that later once we set this up. Just a little extra added safety. All right, we got some guy lines, reflective guy lines with some nice red buckles, and we have some nice aluminum pegs. All right. And this must be some poles. I'm thinking this is going to be two poles in the center of the tent, kind of towards the end. It's going to loft the tent up. And then I think they give us some tarp poles for, I think the door can use as an awning or something. It's kind of what I'm thinking. There is a sewn in instruction page here, so that is kind of nice. So this is where that bishop piece for your chest set will go, on the end of that. So there's four sections. So we're gonna find one that kind of looks like the bottom. Well, all the bottoms look the same. Well, here's where your bottom is going to be. It's going to have a little beveled end on there. All right, so let's take. This will give us an indication of how tall it'll be. Well, that's not bad. So I think it's 63 inches tall, something like that. Yeah, I think we'll be able to get in there pretty easily. These poles are nice and lightweight, that's for sure. They're not real heavy. These are probably going to be the tarp poles. These are 3 sections, so these are going to be the tarp poles. And this has the same on the end, a beveled end there. And the same tip. This is go to grommets, probably some grommets or a loop on the door. It's kind of fun setting up a new tent for the first time. At least it is for me. All right, we're going to set these out of the way. And if we need the instructions, we'll come back to them. Get a nice cinch buckle strap for the tent. That's nice. Keep it all nice put together while you pack it away. Nice little bungee strap for your floor. Let's set this aside. Let's set up the floor. Just see what we look like. So the seams are heat taped sealed. That's nice. It's a waterproof material for sure. So it does have buckles on all four corners, and you can cinch the strap on there. So it's going to buckle to the tent somehow or another. So you always want to have the, let's get this all apart. There we go. All right, so if you have a separate floor like this, you want to find the taped side. That's going to face up. So this is going to face the ground. You want that tape facing upwards. This is looking like a pretty good sized footprint here so far. Very cool. All right, let's do the tent now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to stake out these furthest 2 points real quick. And then we'll stretch the tent out sideways and stake them down. And then we can go in and put the poles in. That's what I'm thinking. I think I might have to look at the instructions. For shame, for shame. Oh my gosh. This thing is stretching out really far. Huh. Wow. I don't know. This is it really how far it goes? I think I'm gonna take a look at those instructions real quick. This thing just stretched out way over there. Okay. Let's see what the good old instructions say. So 157 inches from that point to that point. That's a lot. Okay. So tent, floor mat, poles, storage box, stakes, ropes. Step 1, spread out the tent and make it flat. Stake 4 corners and then stake the 2 outer corners. Once you do this once or twice, it'll become a lot easier, I'm sure. Very cool so far. All right, let's find a door. Like I said, I think there's a door on both sides here. I'm seeing some pretty cool features already on this thing. I'll have to show you once we get it set up. All right, there's the stove jack. All right, let's grab our 2 4-section poles. I see the stove jack. I see where the tip goes. Okay. There. All right. It's dark in here. I think we got some windows. I'm gonna open some windows here. Let in some light. Oh, very nice. See, I think I found my buckles. I'm gonna go ahead and buckle this floor in real quick while I'm in here crawling around. All right. Uh-oh. One side fell down, huh? What did I do? All right, let's get this put back up. There we go. I think, oh, my stake came out over here. That's what happened. Get that fixed real quick. I didn't have it all the way down in the ground. There we go. Well, here it is. This is very, very cool. I really like this. It's unique. I really like unique tents and shelters. This one is definitely unique. So there is 2 doors and 2 windows. They kind of oppose each other. There is a stove jack. So one side has grommets for the tarp poles, and I kind of wanted it to have it on the other side, but it's all good. So I'll know that for the future when I camp in this next time. Hopefully we'll have our little stove, wood-burning stove in there, and we'll be doing some comfortably roughing it camping in this when it starts to cool down. It's not quite cold enough for that kind of camping just yet. Well, I don't even have anything guyed out. I just have 6 stakes in the ground, the 2 poles, and then I got the 2 tarp poles, and I got that guyed out and staked down. And it seems very sturdy, and there's a lot of guy out points. I'm going to take you around and show you some features on the outside of this tent, and then we'll go inside and take a look. So you don't have to use those tarp poles. You can take the tarp poles out and just have the guy lines and then tie it up, and it'll create like a shelf like this, so you can have it open in during the rain and not allow rain in there or rain buildup up on top. Or you can just keep one pole in, take one pole out, create a rain runoff. Very nice. So a really cool feature, attention to detail, is all these anchor points. Anywhere there might be stress on the tent, they have extra material, and it's also reflective. That is very nice attention to detail right there. And even right here, where anywhere there's extra stress on this tent, they have that material. Very nice. So here's one of the windows there. You zip it up on the inside, and you have the bug mesh there. Very nice. So 2 doors. There's our stove jack. Just velcros up, and then you have a Kevlar fireproof thing there. You just take your little knife, make a little cross, and then you slip your pipe through, and then that's it. So let's take a look at our little bishop pieces. So this is where they go, right here. That is thick rubber. So this acts or has a dual purpose. It does help prevent, lightning strikes on your poles with that thick rubber. It also helps keep water seepage from going in that grommet where the pole comes up. Very clever, very clever. That is a tight grip on there, so it's not going to blow off in the wind. I've seen these before, but they were plastic. So here's the floor. So you can tuck that over and put that on there to kind of help hold that on each end. So these corner kick-out pieces already have the floor material built in. And there's where your poles go. Very, very nice. So I'm up on my knees. If I had to stand up and crouch over, I could. But let's get in here on my knees and good to go. I could actually get my chair in here and sit down comfortably in here and have my low profile cot over there on one side. So this is definitely going to be comfortable for one person, and extremely comfortable for one person. You could get 2 people in here and be fairly comfortable. Now I know why they call this a 2-person tent. Very, very cool. So there are loop and toggles to toggle up the screen and the doors, just to make life easier bringing in your gear, and then you can close things off. Very, very nice. Well, there you go. A unique 2-person canvas tent with a stove jack by TenPlay. Very, very cool. It's got a lot of features. I really like canvas tents. This is, so by keeping that peak height down a little bit, and it's still manageable getting in and out, once you're inside there, it's very comfortable. This chair fits in there. You put your low profile cot, and you don't really miss that height too much. So the benefits of that, not having that so tall, is you're cutting down on that pack size and that weight. So just a little over 19 pounds, that's easy to carry from the truck over to a camp spot, say 100 yards or so, versus carrying something that's 50 or 60 pounds. So it's kind of cool that they designed it in this manner. It's definitely different and unique. I really like it. Plenty of guy out points. This is gonna hold up in strong winds for sure. You can really batten down the hatches, keep the moisture out, the water out. And you're going to be able to heat this up in the winter time with your wood burning stove, or if you have a diesel heater, you could easily port your diesel heater inside here. Very, very nice. Well, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for this tent, and then also check around their website. They also have an Amazon store. Check out all their tents. They have some huge, large family tents down to small backpacking tents, and then things in between. So I'd like to thank TenPlay for sending this to me. They did send me a link with all their tents. It said pick a tent out, and this is the one I chose because it's unique. It's canvas, has a stove jack. Go check it out. All right, y'all have a good one.